Hey, what's up, guys? I just want to say, if you're out there struggling with something, hey, you're not alone. There's so many of us out here eating the same fucking shit sandwich every fucking day. It's it's getting really annoying, but we're getting used to it. We're trying to power through it. Now, obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on right now in the world. It's causing stress, which leads to anxiety, which leads to a stage of depression, and it's hard for some of us to reach out about our own issues because we don't want to look like a fucking bitch, and that's, it makes sense. It's completely understandable. But if it's getting to a point where it's pretty serious and you have to talk to someone about it, you can reach out to someone and talk to them about what's going on with them. Okay, it may seem like really difficult task to do, to talk about your situation, but once you hear someone else talking about theirs, you message so many people, you get used to the idea that it's comfortable, kind of like the idea that it's normal for us to get used to, or at least on the Marine Corps, do or die. You go to the PX, the bladder say hydrate or die. Like dying is always an option, and it seems like that's what we're carrying over into the civilian sector once we get out. And there's a lot of good things we could benefit from the service, at least mentality wise, but that one is one of the ones where you gotta let it go. Like, it's cool, like okay, Marines are shock troops, essentially that's what they are. And so that mentality helps them not be necessarily scared, but be more courageous, and that's why Marines are known for what they're doing. But once you're out here where there's nothing like that going on, it's a setback, and you have to let that go. And if you're not willing to talk about, your situation, talk to someone else about theirs. All right. Someone messaged me the other day. I didn't really feel like talking, and so I kind of like, I was busy at the time. I was at work, and I got home and I didn't call him back, and then I started thinking, like, maybe 1 hour later, I was like, that's fucked up. I can't be doing shit like that, especially when I'm out here talking about reaching out to people. I was like, I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm gonna reach out to them. And what ended up happening was we ended up talking about my situation. Kind of both. We ended up talking about both our situation. And he opened up first, and it seemed normal, like he was kind of used to talking to people about what was going on. And for me, it was fucking weird, man. But once I started talking about it, it was like, it just made sense, And it's cool to talk to another veteran, because we sort of share the same, mindset, and we're just bouncing off back and forth, kind of like on the other videos where I interview other veterans. We're just going back and forth on each other's energy, and it made me feel a little bit better about my situation, but it also helped me get a different perspective, because if you're thinking about your shit all the time, you're focused on the big picture, all the little small things you got to get done. But once you start talking to someone and you start letting these things out, you can hear yourself, and they can stop you, or not necessarily intervene, but give you feedback on one thing that you talked about. You're not focusing on the whole picture. You're not clouding your judgment. You're focusing on that one thing, and it's super awesome how we were able to pick each little thing apart and be like, oh, well, if you do this handles that, and then at that point, what else can you do? And do what you got to do, and it makes sense. So if you're out there, reach out to someone. All right. Obviously, if it's hard, which again, it's completely understandable, reach out to them about what's going on with them. Okay, even if you guys don't talk about your issue, someone else is going through your issue, you now have an outside perspective. You can give that person ideas and not realize that the ideas you're giving are ideas that you should have probably given yourself, or things that you could have thought of that would have helped you out, but you weren't able to, because again, your judgment was clouded, and then you're able to take that step back, see what's going on, and come up with some sort of action. And it's just different perspectives, man. All right. That's really all I have to say. Cool.